Guys, welcome to my channel. I haven't been here for a while, but today something was calling me to do it. So here we are. And today's topic is going to be, what is your soul or your life purpose? There are 3 decks to choose from. Deck number 1, number 2, and number 3. And for each deck, we're going to talk about what you're meant to do or who you're meant to be in this lifetime. What do you so longing for? We're also gonna discover a little bit of the past life that affects your journey in this lifetime, and also what you already have in order to go on the journey to find your purpose. And also we are going to see what are the challenges that you have to overcome in order to meet your purpose, and eventually how do we get there. So there are just 3 dice to you to choose from. This is number 1, this is number 2, and this is number 3. So please feel free to pause a little bit to take your pie, and we are going to start with pile number 1. Alright, pile number 1, welcome to your reading. I'm going to shuffle some more to see what is your soul or your life purpose in this lifetime. Oh, sorry, saw deck falling out. Okay, so let's see the main card here. 5 of Pentacles. All right. So first of all, I think in this lifetime, you're not supposed to be focusing on the materialism, at least. You're not supposed to care about material, because maybe in the past life, you have already been through it. You have already achieved what is the most, or you have understand the material world. So in this lifetime, I feel like it's more gonna be on the soul purpose, soul level, or energy level, or emotional level than the material world. We have the Star in reverse. Okay, so usually the star means like a potential, like a hidden potential ability. So if it's reversed, this means this is not the first time you have this purpose. Maybe you have this purpose in the past life, but because you were kind of drawn into this material world, that you haven't completed this lifetime purpose. So this lifetime, you're going back again to this purpose. But this lifetime, it will allow you to focus more on your purpose than the material world. Maybe in this lifetime, you're already blessed with material, or you don't have to worry too much about money, about possessions, about health. Yeah, I can feel it. And you know, the whole color of this kind of feel like blue, purple. It feels kind of cold. So it's and like whenever I see there's something blue cold, I feel like it's the material world. And so, you know, you're shifting away from it. You're going green this time. And even your dice is blue. Yes. So you're shifting away from the material world, and you're going into more of like a soul purpose, like a higher spirit purpose. So we're gonna see what past life, what did you do in your past life in order to discover more. Ooh, another one. And as I said, 9 of Pentacles. Yes, 9 of Pentacles mean that like you have to go out, you have to make money, you have to put a lot of time and effort into building your wealth, but it's reversed. So completely away for material. If you're thinking about, you know, making money, like being in high positions, being with the wealth status and stuff, this is not your life purpose. So some of you might feel, if you're working a 9 to 5 right now, you're grinding right now, that's great. But I think deep down you feel like you're not fulfilled, because basically you're not fulfilling your purpose in life. And that's why you might have feel like you're stuck in a job that is meaningless, even though it's paid well, even though it's, it's giving you everything you have, but you already have this in your past life. So no matter what you do, it's not gonna help you feel fulfilled in your life. Okay? But let me roll a die first. Okay. We got the moon. Alright, the moon. Sorry, this is what I usually read from this side on this camera. So we got the moon. Yes. With the moon, it's about intuition. So maybe in this lifetime your purpose is doing something with your intuition, and maybe you have tried in the past time. Maybe an intuition is about artistry, it's about, you know people feeling, it's about arts. And maybe in the past life you already tried to do these things, you already tried to fulfill your calling, but because you were poor, maybe you didn't get the support you need in sense of material, that's why you gave up. So this is a lifetime that you're coming back to it. Okay, so let me try to see past life. Yeah, so for this pie, I think the past life is really connected to what you want to do in this lifetime. What is your soul purpose in this lifetime? Okay, we have Celtic. Something really mysterious. Sorry, I'm going to put this up. I'm just gonna move this out. Celtic. And we have trust and faith. Okay, yes. So maybe in the past life, you're really into the mystery of the world. Okay, and it can be about religions, it can be about faith. Maybe you work in a church, maybe you want to start believe in and or not only church or religion itself, but something about discovering the mystery of people, or solving mystery, something like that. Yeah, and it's really connected to the star and the moon as well. It's all about mystery. So, but maybe you're not supported it because, again, you don't have the material things to support. Maybe your family doesn't support you. Maybe you don't have the tools yet. I mean, if you want to be a detective, for example, you need the tools, right? You need the tools, you need everything, but you cannot gain access to it. So that's why you kind of gave up. And this trust and faith here, I think it's about believing in people, believe in justice, believe in the rightness, and with justice, it has a lot of things to do with faith, or, intuition as well. So I think in this lifetime, your soul purpose is going to be something about intuitions, about human, about solving mystery, all that kind of things. Yeah. And in this lifetime, you are ensured that you will have all the access. If you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a detective, if you want to be police, for example, you have all the abilities and tools that you need to become one. And so now back to you guys. If you were working a 9 to 5, right, you don't feel fulfilled because part of you want to solve mystery, but you might have to be typing data, or drawing things that you don't like. And so maybe it's time for you to start looking into that directions about justice, about mysteries, about intuition, something that you use a lot. It could be also be psychology, it could also be therapy, just for example, psychology is based on science, but we discover as we go and we trust in our intuitions too, because each case is different. And you have to trust in your patient that it's gonna get better. So I think that is your sole purpose in this lifetime. Okay. So now we're gonna see what you already have and what challenge you need to overcome in order to follow this path. This is the challenge, the world. Okay. Okay, I can see. And what you already have, 7 of Cups. Okay, so the challenge here being the world, it's kind of tied to your nature. It's like you love mystery. You love to go to the end of the world to solve something that you believe worth solving. It's like a mystery of the Celtic. I'm sorry, I don't know much about Celtic, but I know, like, if you believe in something that is worth your attentions or worth discovering, then you go to the end of the world, and then you might get sidetracked. People who love mystery and stuff like that, you can get sidetracked into different things, and then you get lost, and then you don't know where you're going. So this is the challenge that you need to overcome. You need to be more focused in what you want to discover. You need to be more focused in what you believed, okay? And the 7 of Cups, it's what you already have, but it is in reverse. So it means that you already have the ability to, what can I say? The ability to fantasize, to think, and your fantasy, your visions, it's really, I'm sorry, not fantasy, but like your imagination, it's really high. It's on par with your intuition. So together with intuition, your imagination, you can have established a lot of theories, a lot of possibility, and these things are going to help you solve your case, solve your mystery. Okay, so the keyword here is solve mystery. Whatever mystery, it could be science, it could be people, it could be yourself even, whatever the mystery that you're solving, you have the ability to think, to strategize, to vision in your head. You can also be a really good author. You can also be a really good, even architectures, if you already have some of the ability to draw, for example. Yes, you can imagine things. You can, and like, you're a very creative person. You like to try new thing, and deep down inside what's good, what's bad, and you really believe that it's just that you need to focus on one thing at a time. And now that you have figured out your purpose, it's time for you to focus on what really matters in order to fulfill your purpose in life. So we are going to get a life purpose oracle card right here. I know this is about purpose, but confirmations from the oracle will be nice. Okay, and actually becoming the challenge is how you get there, and using what you already have as well. Okay, and the last one is your your life purpose oracle. Trouble. Your life purpose involves traveling. Okay. Yeah, travel can expand your knowledge, it can expand your visions, it can give you a lot of experience, it confirms a lot of your thing. And I mean, you love mystery, of course, you're gonna love travel. So, travel, if you have a chance, and in this lifetime, I believe you don't need to worry much about the material things again. So, travel as you can, or maybe last lifetime you were born in a country that doesn't allow much travel, so you kind of restricted in your head, in your visions, about what life could be, what things that you could do and all that, what things that you could make, but you were restricted physically by a country. So this lifetime, maybe you were born again in another country or in another circumstances that allow you to go around, move around, confirm your theory, discover more mystery. So embrace it, embrace the life that you have. Okay, and I'm gonna roll the dice for numerology. We have this is number 6. Yeah, 6. Yeah, 6 is about art, about creating something. So if you like arts, if you want to develop more in this art form space, it's also encouraged you to follow your heart. And if you don't necessarily want to follow the art space, it can also encourage you to think creatively and apply your creativity, which I said here, into everything in your life. And it can open up so many doors that lead you to your life purpose. Okay, so I hope this reading makes sense for you, and I hope you soon find your life purpose if you already have. So thank you, and see you in the next reading. All right, pie number 2, welcome to your reading. If you chose this pie, we're gonna see what you meant to do in this lifetime. What is your soul purpose? With the first 2 tarot card. This is free. I'm going to put here first before I open it up. Sorry. Pie number 2, what is your life soul purpose? We have, which was on this? Sorry. The Chariots in reverse. We have the Magicians. Okay, this is your man, the Magicians. And we have the King of Swords. Okay. So my first impression is that some people are born to conquer. You are born to create. Okay? The Magicians is about creating. If you want something, you make it. It's a creator card, and it means that like you have a lot of potentials. You can make things, you can create things, you can create a lot of things physically, or not physically, with just a plan, some letters, some words. And this one is the Chariot here. The Chariot, if it's moved like this, I would say you're born to conquer things. You're born to like go and get things and dumb stuff. But because you're reversed, I think the energy is more staying put, is more making plans, is more creating things rather than go out and conquer. And also the same energy with the King of Swords. So I think in the past life, you might have masters these skills. In the past life, maybe, I don't know, maybe you have been conquering, or maybe you go out and you win this, you fight a battle, you win this. Maybe you were like a salesman, you win a contract, you do all that kind of stuff. But then in this lifetime, you have kind of accumulate all kinds of knowledge and skills in the past life that you already have out there in order to kind of alchemize and become the magicians, become the things that produce things. So you might be good at producing things, again, creating things, or planning, strategizing, then executive. I'm not saying that you're bad at it, it's just you already master all these skills, maybe from your past life or maybe in your current life right now, and it's time for you to create something on your own. Yeah, so if you're working like a 9 to 5 job right now, then you might really be interested in making something on your own, maybe like a side project, maybe like a side business, just something that you can own it and you can proudly go around and say, hey, this is my job, this is my product, this is my thing. And your mind, I'm pretty sure, it's always kind of thinking about what can you do or what can you improve. And you have this green energy here, and green is about if it's blue, then I would think supporting, but if it's a green one, I think it's more about getting deeper into something. It's like a forest for me. So yeah, you like to research, maybe in this lifetime you about to research like a products, or maybe you can be a movie producer, or maybe you can have a farm on your own and you create the best fruits in town, for example, something on your own. All right. So now we're gonna look at the past life to see what you were in the past and how can it affect your current life purpose now. Because it's usually that the past life, it's always gonna affect the current life in some kind of way. If you already master something in this life, then in this lifetime maybe you're here again to do something else. But if you haven't mastered in your past life, then this is your second chance or your other chance until you master it. We have the arts. Okay, yes. Right. So maybe in this lifetime you're about to do it again. Maybe in the past life you were an artist. You were creating something, but because you have to go out and go to the war, go to those things, you're forced to go into the workforce at a really young age, and then you have to fight for your life, fight for your family. So that's why you kind of don't have the time to create the things on your own. Maybe you can't even own anything yourself. Yeah. So I think in this lifetime you're giving the chance again, and maybe this time you don't have to go out anymore. Maybe you were blessed with a job that kind of allows you time to create something on your own, or like a side hustle, like a side business. And maybe in this lifetime you were blessed with a lot of skills that you can be able to like think and alchemize some things in your free times, or maybe not in your free time. It doesn't matter. Okay, but this time you don't have to fight anymore. There's no more battles to fight. This time you can stay focused. You can stay at your house. You can be in your space, and you can create something on your own. All right. So now we're gonna look at the challenge that you have to overcome and what you already have in order to fulfill your life purpose. You can also be an author. You can also, it's just anything that you own yourself. It's always like that. You're meant to be an entrepreneur even. The challenge is the sun in reverse. Oh, okay. The challenge is the sun in reverse, and you see, for pie number 1, the energy was almost blue, and this one I see a lot of fire. I see a lot of orange, and orange fires is like an energy. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of energy. You have a lot of creative energy. in your life. And this is what you already have. You have Queen of Swords, also in reversed. Okay, first of all, I see the challenge that you have right now is your confidence. Yeah, because you see all the deck, all the cards here, almost all of them are reversed if it's not for your life purpose. Everything else is in reverse. It's like you don't believe in yourself just yet, because I get it. You don't have time, you don't have a product on your own. And so you are not confident about yourself. But trust me, this is the thing that you need to know, is that you have everything that you need. This is your life. This is your purpose. This is your life purpose. This is your soul purpose. In the last life, you have conquered everything. You might have gone to the other side of the world to conquer things. You gain all knowledge. You've seen everything. You've been everywhere. You've been through all the hardship, all the battles. So deep down, you are really strong. And you have all the skill and knowledge to start something, do something on your own. You know? And with the Queen of Swords in reverse, it's mean that you're very good at something with your hand. You know, it's just not about, it's a sword. Sword, it's about thinking. It's about, strategizing. So when it's in reverse, I feel like you're just not the kind of person that it's good with something on paper. You're good with your hand because you have been through battles. You've been through it all. So with all the energy, if you look at the magicians with the original card, it's the combinations of all the energy. So you have all it takes, your minds and your hands, to make something, to create something on your own. And I think you might be a really skillful person with the arts as well. You might be really good with doing something with your hand, maybe creating something, maybe making something, writing, drawing, playing guitar, whatever. Yeah, you already have the physical skill. Maybe you're good at sports too, but what if making your own sport, for example? What if making your own channel about your own sports, for example? Something like that. Yeah, so the thing is here, the sun, it's about confidence. It's a Leo energy. It's about believing yourself. It's about, looking towards the sun. It's like with your own eyes. Like, you have to be super confident to do that. And so with the sun in reverse, I feel like you're lacking confidence. Maybe you grew up and maybe you like arts and stuff like that, but you're not supported by people around you, because it's the same thing all over the world. Maybe people will be like, you're not gonna make money with arts, you're gonna make money with music, nobody's gonna read your books and all that. So maybe go to finance, maybe go to sales, maybe do something that instant result. But you're not supposed to do those things because you have already did those things, and so it's feel mundane to you, and so your soul, it's longing for another kind of purpose, and this is your purpose. The magicians, you turn the impossible things into the possible things. Okay, this is what you have, and so I need you to be more confident about yourself. And if there is something that you don't know yet, just feel free to learn. In this lifetime, you are free to learn. You are free to with access with resources, and also you have a lot of resource as well. So believe in yourself. Okay, I'm going to get the last card, which is the life purpose right here. I know this reading is about life purpose, but an oracle card to see just the confirmations or any extra information. Leadership. Yes. Take charge of this situation. Yes. You are meant to own something. You're meant to be the CEO of your own company, the owner of your products, the author of your book, the musicians of your music. Whatever you think you're doing, you're not good at it, you're good at it. Just need a little bit. And of course we need a little bit of practice. But at the end of the day, you have what it takes to become something on your own. All right, I'm going to roll this little dice here for numerology. Number 5, communications. Yes, express yourself. So in order to be more confident, I know it's easier to say than done. I think it's the first step that you can do is to express yourself more. If you have a song, maybe publish it. You don't have to share with your family, but maybe publish it somewhere on SoundCloud, on YouTube, on Spotify. Let the people be the judge for you, okay? If you're writing a book, you're writing a story, publish it. If you're making something, if you have an idea, go on Kickstarter, see how many people like it. Just express yourself. There's nothing to lose and there's nothing to be afraid of. So go on and express yourself, because you know that you are the magicians, okay? You can do whatever that you put your hand into, okay? And that is your life purpose. All right, I hope you feel resonate with this reading. If you don't, maybe you can check out, but I know it's kind of late, but I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I'll see you in the next reading. All right, pie number 3. If you chose this pie, we're gonna see what is your soul or life purpose, and how are you gonna get there together with your past life and how it affects your current life. So first, we are going to see the 2 more tarot card. Oh, something pops up here. I'm going to put it here first before I turn it on. Oh, sorry. What is pile number 3? Soul or life purpose. Okay. Let's see. Your main card is the Devil. Interesting. You also have the Hermit. Okay. And the Empress. Okay, first of all, this energy is all a corner. So I'm feeling you have a very strong personality. Too strong that people might think that you're a little different. Like people might think that you might have certain beliefs, or you might have certain habits or thinking that is different from people, and you might have grew up always feeling like you're like a little bit different. The Devil, so when I look at the Devil, I don't really feel like the energy is kind of stand out among the crowd. You're something really attractive. You're someone who is really attractive, but in a way that is like, because you're different from other people. Yeah. And also the Hermit means that like you kind of have your own way of doing things. You might have your own world, your own space, and how you do things, how you say things, how you make things. It's always something on. But the Empress, you also have the Empress. It means that you are a very resourceful person, and you kind of just misunderstood. So all of this combined, I feel like your sole purpose is to go against the crown. Okay, so first of all, on top of my mind, you can be a good artist. It's most of the time because you kind of have your own personality. Everybody has their own personality, but you're willing to go against the crowd. You can also be good in politics. You can also be good in leadership. You can also be in something that expressing yourself no matter what people say. You can be a good content creator, making things, and a journalist, or writing something that no matter what people say, you have your own standing, you have a very different but exotic view, but it's also really attractive to other people, because the impress at the end of the day is resourceful. So your differentness is not just about to prove that you're different, it's because you have you have view yourself in different perspective, and so you kind of get something that is a little bit different from people, but it's actually helpful. We all welcome different sources. You can be a good diplomat, you can be a good anything. Like, you can be good in fashions, you can be good in just anything that is against the public, against the crowd. Not entirely against, but sometimes just different. Okay, so your keyword here is to be different. And if you only feel like you are different from a very young age and you still feel different now, you know that it's okay. It's part of your purpose. And so instead of running away from the difference, maybe it's time to embrace this. All right? So we're going to take a look at your past life to see how it's connected to this current life right here. We have monk or nun. Okay, yeah. I mean, how many people become a monk or a nun? How many people give up everything in their life to follow their faith, their belief in something that you can really prove? Okay, we're not deep diving into religions, but it could be a good example. So maybe in your past life you have already become a monk or a nun, or if you haven't, then I think you have kind of have a belief in some kind of a system that is different from other people, and you get really deep into it. In kind of sense, the devil is kind of that way. You get into something really deep despite what other people say, and you kind of have create your own path. You might be alone in the woods by yourself, but doesn't mean that you're struggling. It's because you have found a purpose, you have found something in your life. And so I think in this lifetime you kind of just embrace it again. And maybe in this lifetime you're repeating this thing because it's another chance for you to see how far that you can go. How it's like the impress right here. For other paths, maybe because they also carry the same purpose. They carry the same purpose over the past life, but in the past life they didn't have the chance to do it. But for you, maybe in the last life you have a chance to do it as well already, and you already did. So in this lifetime, maybe you just come back to try a different route. And as always, you are entirely different. Okay, and now this lifetime you just go here and experience something else. Just be yourself most of the time. All right, so anything that requires you to speak up, even though no matter what people say, no matter what people think, it's your sole purpose is to be different. Now we're going to see what challenge that you need to overcome in order to fulfill your purpose in life, and what you already have or blessed with. This is the challenge. Judgment. Okay, so you don't care about judgment, obviously. And what you already have, the Nine of Cups. Yeah. And you can see the vibe here. It's red and pink. It's all about connections. It's all about love. It's all about support. It's about human soul connection. And so I feel like the challenge is that you don't care about judgment, which it's why you are different in the first place and why you can be different. but sometimes it can also kind of, stand in the way for you to shine. I know this sounds a little bit let me just give you an example. Okay, say you're a journalist and you don't mind to expose other people, like expose somebody else. But sometimes that things can hit you in the back and, kind of ruin your career because you hit the wrong people, for example. So I think the challenge here, it's not entirely from you, but the challenge in your life purpose is that you are always gonna hit with the dangers of things around you, of people, of circumstances, of a lot of forces in your life. And so maybe the challenge here is that you need to overcome is just accept this as part of your life. And as I say, if you want to be a journalist, you have to accept that somebody you're going to be, it can be dangerous sometimes. You want to be a content creator, you need to accept that people are going to say certain things about yourself, and you need to don't care about that. That's all. Okay, I mean, you already have this energy, so I think I'm just gonna emphasize that for some people, if you haven't got a chance to be different yet because you are afraid of all these things, know that it's gonna be a part of your life, so you have to overcome these things. But what you already have, Nine of Cups, is your charisma. You're gonna people are gonna fall in love with your idea, no matter what. If you say something, know that there's gonna be a group of people that believe in you, that supports you, that cares about you, cares about what you're gonna say, care about what you think, care about what you do, and maybe they got inspired from your difference. It's like the Empress and the Devil and the Hermit itself. I feel like it's like a star standing there. Like, she's different, she's confident, she's different, she has a lot of to offer, and she's not afraid of other people hitting her. So you might come really far. You can even be like, you can come really far, and you know that you're always gonna have supports from people. You're gonna have supports from not even just your family or friends, but some people are always going to believe in you, and that is such great things, because not everyone get the abilities to make people believe just by themselves, by being themselves. Okay, so yeah, I think that is your life purpose. So now we are going to get the last card, which is the life purpose oracle card, to see if there's any extra information. Crystal. Your connection to crystal and gemstone is a channel for healing energy. Okay, yeah. I mean, again, if you follow your purpose, if you become someone that I said, different from people, there are times that you are going to feel like you are against the entire world, and it's going to make you feel bad. So I feel like you kind of need something to regain your energy. At the end of the day, it can be a lot of things, but crystal being I'm not saying you need to get crystal, but something to kind of cleanse your energy. It's about having a space on your own, having conserve your energy and know where to put your energy into or not into. It's a way for you to balance your life and follow your purpose in the best way possible. So that is the information. I will also roll a die here, just for numerology. Ooh, number 1. What else can I say? The Hermit and number 1. Just stand strong on your own. You are a very strong person. You have everything it takes to be your own person. And it comes with responsibility as well. So just be yourself. Offer what you can offer. The Empress has a lot to offer. It's okay to be different. It's okay to be yourself. And if you can use your difference to offer and maybe inspire other people, then I think you will feel really fulfilling your life. Okay, so thank you for listening to this reading, and I hope to see you in the next reading. Bye.